What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We are quickly wrapping up the last week before the actual NBA regular season starts, as we're still in the midst of preseason. I want to come back here with another throwback rebuild. Today we find ourselves back in the Steph Curry era, and I know a lot of people probably don't care about Kemba Walker that much, but he was very underrated back then, especially in Charlotte. So what we're going to do is to actually try to put a competent team around him, help him contend in Charlotte. So let's jump in and rebuild the Charlotte Hornets in the Steph Curry era. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. So of course, as I mentioned, Kemba Walker was in Charlotte for quite some time. Never really had that great of a roster. I remember them making the playoffs like at least once, and that was about it. So what I'm going to try to do today is change that. Obviously, Kemba eventually gets traded to the Knicks or whatever happened there. I kind of forgot how it ended, but you know, once he got to New York, he really wasn't the same, and that's all she wrote for Kemba Walker. But if you remember, in Charlotte, he was a dog, man. He was really good. So we're going to try to put a competent team around him, because as you can see, this is just not good, man. We don't have a single good player next to him. Batum was all right. They overpaid him in that same offseason where everybody got overpaid. Just a bad move. But we're going to try to fix this. Kemba Walker, I'm pretty sure it's a Charlotte Hornets franchising scorer, too, if I'm not mistaken. So what we're going to do is my year number one. Probably stop at the deadline, potentially. Kind of depends on how things are going. They want Kemba Walker to play all 48 minutes, which obviously just isn't something that happens. So he'll play 35, and here's your rotation for the rest of the season. So yeah, pretty bad team, to be honest with you. We definitely got to fix things here. So I will see you guys probably the trade deadline to make some moves to set things up for the future to start this one off. Today's video is brought to you by two softwares designed to help you build the sports books and become a much profitable sports bettor starting on Daily Grind Fantasy's Optimizer. So if you plan apps such as Prize Picks, Underdog, or any of these popular DFS apps, having a tool like this is insanely awesome to have. Unfortunately, there's not like a ton of value on the board, but as you can see, Harrison Butker under 7.5 kicking points. There's some books listing this at 7, so there's a clear, I guess only one book, but there's clearly juice on the under as well. So that's why we love the under 7.5 over on Prize Picks on Butker. You also have a pitcher strikeout combo for today and the Yankees Guardians playoff game. As you can see, you know, there's some juice on it going over. I already know Clark Schmidt and Matthew Boyd are two guys that can get some Ks when they want. And then you got Joe Burrow under 23.5 pass completion. So clear value, not a ton of great value, but there is some. And if we take a look at OzGM's positive EV tool, as you can see, you know, kind of one we're just looking at with the combination, but on no VIG at plus 127, which got bumped down already. So plus 127, I don't even see it offered on no VIG anymore. But if you look at the over, it was at plus 127, and clearly you have, you know, Hendon Club plus 119. You got Caesar at plus, oh, there it is. One play, I guess it bumped down to 126. I don't know, but plus 108 and plus 100 on DraftKings. Clear value over on no VIG by getting this at plus 120. So if you want to check out any of these softwares, both links are down in the description below. And of course, also make sure to check out Prize Picks. Link is down in the description below. Use code Crushables on all of these apps. You get a percentage off your first month on the softwares. On Prize Picks, to match first deposit, dollar for dollar, up to $100. On that, let's get back to the video. I just low-key realized that Frank Kaminsky is on this roster twice. I used a custom roster that would be added Bradley Beal, or not Bradley Beal, added John Wall and Blake Griffin, but this is kind of funny. I don't know why the creator put Frank Kaminsky in again, but whatever. What I'm gonna do is, I guess I'll just release this Frank Kaminsky because clearly we don't need him, but I'm also gonna make sure his cap doesn't affect me. So let's just bump this contract down to, you know, $1 million, and we can cut him. That way we don't have two Frank Kaminskys on our team. I literally just noticed that. So you guys probably already noticed that in the beginning. My fault. I did not notice it, but I am stopping the trade deadline. We're pretty bad, which was to be expected. So hopefully we can get to year 2 down to 0. Holy moly, I can make this like 500K. Yo, just give me zeros. There we go. 0. Okay, so we're good there. So let me, I guess, make this as low as possible. So we'll go like 718, and we can release him that way. We don't have 2 of these guys. Okay, so he's gone, and now we have like Christian Wood, Roy Hibbert. But the one guy that maybe would attract some interest is maybe Batum. He's having a solid season. He does, like I said, he's making a ton of money, so I can't like expect a ton. But I would still like to get rid of him if possible, just to have that salary cleared out if we could do that. We'll see if that ends up happening or not. I know he was like a really tough contract to move, but like I said, he's actually having a decent season for us. So maybe there's a team that would bite on his contract. So the 76ers want my 2021 first round pick, and then they'll give us Robert Covington and Jeremy Grant. I don't mind that. That's actually kind of interesting. Rondo, Edward Campbell, Tyler Zeller, Parsons, Dwight Howard, Deion Waiters, and yeah, so Deion is interesting for sure. Next to Kemba, I don't mind that. He could actually be like a really good backcourt pairing with him, so that might be interesting to look at. What else we got? Wesley Matthews. Send Nicholas Batum back to Portland. We get West, but he's at 30 at this point. Stuckey, Drew Holiday, Reggie Jackson, DeMar Carroll. Drew Holiday obviously would be awesome to get, but he does not progress at all in this Steph era, I've noticed. So I've gotten him a couple times. Sabonis is very interesting. So we can get Domantas Sabonis from Oklahoma City. Ooh, I kind of like this. We could bank on Sabonis becoming the stud that he becomes. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to start this video with trading for Sabonis. So they want Batum. We're going to get Domantas Sabonis. So, of course, this makes sense because the Thunder at this point have Russell Westbrook, and maybe they're trying to help out Russell Westbrook, in his playoff run, and Sabonis is still really young. They don't really know what they have at this point. So, yeah, sign me up for this. We're going to do Batum for Sabonis, and Sabonis can start probably right away. I mean, I don't really care about Cody Zeller starting, so love that to start this video. So we'll get Sabonis at the trade deadline. Should make us a lot better going forward. Get Batum's contract out of here. Clearly still a lot of work to do, but let's just go ahead and keep on simulating this first season. So at the end of year number 1, we were a bad team, and here are your awards across the board. But we're not in the playoffs. The play-in, of course, doesn't exist, so we wouldn't have been in that anyway. But Kemba Walker makes All-NBA third team, 28, 5 and 6. So like as I said, this man was a stud back then, averaging a lot of points. We did get him some help though, and I think Sabonis was a great start to this video. But now it's time to figure out if we even have our draft pick this offseason. I hope we have our draft pick. The Clippers go on and win it all. The Clippers curse has been lifted. But all right, let's get to the lottery, because as I said, that's where it's all going to start for us. Hopefully, like I said, we have our pick. I'm not 100% sure if we do. So we do. Number 3 overall is the projection. So obviously, if we can stay in the top 3, that would be amazing. And it's going to be number 1. Okay, that is, obviously amazing. So we got Sabonis, Kemba Walker, and then we can add Jason Tatum to this team. Sign me up. We could finally get Kemba Walker, an actually good teammate. This is going to be great. We can get Mike Budenholzer to be our head coach, maybe. I don't mind that either. What else we got? Doc Rivers. Wow. Mike Woodson. I can go for Doc Rivers. Sure, why not? I mean, Doc Rivers wasn't... I mean, at this time, there's maybe a Brian White who's got a lot of badges too. We'll see if we can get one of them. So Mike Woodson's going to sign. Sure. Welcome to Charlotte, my friend. And now let's head to draft night. And we already know who we're taking here. No brainer. We know who's at the top of the board, and it is Jason Tatum. Yeah, we can take Markelle Fultz like the 76ers did, but no, thank you. We will 100% turn our card in for Jason Tatum. Welcome to Charlotte, Jason Tatum. I love that. So now we have Kemba Walker, Tatum, and Sabonis as our new big 3. Ramon Sessions, I'll decline, and Nick Gordon, I'll decline as well. And Frank Kaminsky, I'll accept, and Christian Wood, sure, I'll accept that as well. Qualifying offers, nothing going on there. And then free agency, we got Jeremy Lamb as a free agent, who actually might not be bad to bring back. He's only 24 still at this point. But we'll see what our other options are. So let's take a look. So we got Kemba Walker as the point guard, clearly, obviously. And then Glenn Washington and 2 guys that really don't matter for the rest of the video. No shooting guard. We have Jason Tatum at the small forward. We have Christian Wood, the power forward. We have Cody Zeller, Frank the Tank. We got Sabonis and Spencer Hawes. So I think we can move one of these guys to power forwards. Like Frank Kaminsky, to me, could probably play power forward because he could shoot a little bit. So I'm going to move him to power forward. I don't know if I really want him to be a starter necessarily, but just kind of be there. Unless he develops like crazy, which I'm pretty sure I have seen him develop pretty wildly in this in the Stephen Curry era before. So maybe he will. But Sabonis and Cody Zeller is fine with me for now. Christian Wood and Frank, maybe they both develop like crazy, and one of them is going to be a good power forward. I don't know. And so the only thing we really need is like a backup shooting or starting a shooting guard, clearly. And then maybe a backup, backups everywhere else in the front or in the backcourt and stuff. So shooting guards we could sign. We got, obviously, of course, we could just re-sign Jeremy Lamb. We could get KCP. KCP would be interesting to start this video, or like Tim Hardaway or Deion Waiters. But yeah, give me KCP. I mean, we're trying to give Kemba Walker a competent roster, and KCP would be a great start. And it doesn't look like we had to renounce Jeremy Lamb to do it either. So that's that's also exciting on top of that. So I will resign Jeremy Lamb to a nice 3-year deal to bring him back as well. So I'm already loving how this is starting. We've added Sabonis, we've added Tatum, we've added KCP, we bring back Jeremy Lamb. Like, this is looking really good. So really can't complain right now. I do want to get rid of these 2 bozo contracts though. Are they both expiring next year? No, they're like both locked up for 2 years. Clearly they don't exist. So like Philadelphia, take them. I don't care. So Rajon Rondo, Patty Mills, like just a backup point guard would be fine. So we could sign like Patty Mills to a backup point guard spot. That sounds, just kidding, go to Chicago. All right, what about Jennings, Aaron Brooks? Give me Rondo. Give me Rondo for a couple, actually 1 year, because he might regress like crazy. Oh, we don't have enough. Rondo, do you want to sign that? I don't know if you would. No, says no. Okay. So far we're failing at getting anybody. Okay, what about if I sign a shooting guard? Maybe just give me the familiarity with Ramon Sessions. I don't know. He was just playing here last year. Sure, why not? Michael Carter-Williams, I guess, would have been interesting to grab 2 at 25, but whatever. Can't really do anything about it now. So player progression. This one will be interesting. So we got KCP up to 79. We got Cody Zeller up to 78. Frank Kaminsky up to 78. And Jeremy Lamb up to 78 as well. Christian Wood is up. Sabonis is up. And then Spencer Hawes is up. So that's looking good. Sabonis didn't develop like crazy like I was kind of hoping he would. But in due time, maybe with more minutes, more opportunity, he will. So not too upset about it just yet. We're about to go into year 2 with Tatum and Kimba leading the way. I'm excited about that. And we're going to load this draft class and we'll get into year number 2. So we weren't very good this year at all, which really sucks. I was kind of hoping to make like some progress into being better, but it was just kind of the same thing. We just weren't very good. Kimba does not make an All-NBA team this year. I assume he probably had a lot more help, obviously. Here's all of its first team, all defensive second. And then you do get Jason Tatum making all-rookie first team. Let's see. He averaged 12 out of the gate. So maybe his shot tendency is a little messed up, so maybe that's my fault. I think in year 3, we will be a lot better, especially if we add another player to this team. So if we take a look at the player stats, you had 28 from Kimba, so he just didn't make an All-NBA team. At least I didn't notice that he did. Maybe I just missed his name. All-NBA, yeah, no, he didn't make it this year. So 28, 4, and 7. Kaminsky was the second leading scorer, so obviously you want to see more from Tatum next year. Sabonis up to 8, 5, and 1 assist a game. So I'm not really sure if Sabonis is going to develop into the guy I think he's going to become. Maybe he just doesn't. I don't know. Let's go ahead and some of these playoffs, and we'll be in the lottery once again. So we get to just add more draft talent, and of course, we're in the year of 2024, so we kind of know who was good in 2018. So we have that luxury, which is why we took Tatum, obviously, being the best player from that draft class, probably. Historic changes, and let's just head to draft night. So we're going to be projected number 4. So let's see if we get lucky again, and we will get number 5. So we're drafting number 5, which is fine. Staff signing. We'll keep Mike Woodson around, and let's just head to draft night and draft once again in the top 5. So number 1 is going to be DeAndre Ayton. Obviously, Luka Doncic would be amazing, but I don't think we'll get that lucky. So Luka's going to go to Philly. Number 3 is going to be Mohamed Bamba. Number 4 is going to be Kevin Knox. Okay, so who do we get to take? So we got Jaren Jackson, which probably seems like the clear, obvious guy to take, or Mikal Bridges, or even Shea. Ooh, this is interesting. So, then is Brunson in this draft? Class 2, I think. Pretty sure Brunson's in here somewhere too. So, do I want the clear, obvious fit in Jaren Jackson? Do I want Jaren Jackson, or do I want like Trae Young, who's the better player, or do I want Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Mikal Bridges, who's a great fit as well? This is a tough decision, not gonna lie, because we could have a Shea and Kemba Walker backcourt, which is interesting, or you could take Jaren Jackson to be that power forward of the future, who would be a really good fit with what we need right now. Michael Porter is also pretty interesting as well. This is tough. I think because I had a Grizzlies rebuild yesterday, I'll take Shea today. But that was tough, man. I think we clearly could have used Jaren Jackson's services, but I'm fine with taking Shea and just banking on the best player. I'll take Devontae Graham, who ended up in Charlotte in real life anyway. All right, well, we'll see if that ended up being the right decision. I mean, obviously it's the right decision. So Jaren Jackson on the draft clubs was a 78, and Shea is a 73 out of this draft. Wow, I didn't realize he was that low out of this draft. But I guess we're banking on talent, going forward. Jaren Jackson would have been a great pick. Trae, but yeah, I mean, what can you really do about it? So Shea and Devontae Graham, welcome to Charlotte. Player options, Kaminsky, Sabonis, we'll accept both of those. Christian Wood, sure, and then free agency. So free agency, we got McCollum as free agent. We clearly don't really care about that too much. It looks like we have money to sign like Jeremy Lin, who did play in Charlotte for like a year or two, I think. All right, so Shea is clearly the new backup point guard in town. Jeremy Lamb is backup shooting guard. Tatum, and then Kaminsky, and then Zeller and Sabonis. So, I mean, I don't think I'll change this much this offseason. Clearly, we want to play Shea some minutes right away. That's going to be kind of the plan. And then we can just basically re-sign Christian Wood and call it an offseason. Or we could sign somebody else as well. It's like Crawford, no. Joe Ingles at 30 is interesting. Terrence Ross is interesting. Or you can sign like Zebo, Anthony Bennett, no thank you. And then Maurice Spade. So, yeah, I think if I was just re-signing Christian Wood if he's available, that way we just go for him. Keep the continuity and hope, Jason Tatum takes a massive step forward this upcoming season. So, wow, Wood wants a lot more money than I thought he would. But with this contract, we can maybe trade it if we need to. So that's fine. We get Christian Wood back, and that'll be all we really do this offseason. So let's go to player progression, and let's see how much guys develop. So does Sabonis go up? So Sabonis up to an 80. So he's starting to hit his stride. He's up 5 overall, so that's definitely really good to see. Tatum is up to an 84. So there is some things, in the positive direction. And Shea, as long as we get him minutes this year, I'm confident he'll probably produce this upcoming season or, for seasons to come. So the only other thing I want to look at is shot tendencies, because Tatum's shot tendency looked like it was kind of a joke. So Tatum's shot tendency was a 61, which is just terrible. I should have fixed that last year. I just didn't notice it was that bad. So we want him to become a star, which obviously he does become. We're going to do that. And then Sabonis shot tendency could be up just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, this is what we'll do. We'll run with this, and we'll go into year 3, and we'll expect positive changes. And then Shea will let develop in the background. Sabonis should keep developing. So I think as long as we take the patient approach, eventually this team is going to be extremely good. It's going to be maybe borderline unstoppable, hopefully. So here are your awards once again. This time around, we actually ended up making the playoffs. We take a huge jump in the right direction, which is fantastic to see. We wanted to see that. Here's all offensive teams. And then does Shea make a rookie team? He does. He makes an all-rookie second team, averaging, let's see, what did he do? He only played like 13 minutes a game, but we got him in there. 6 points per game, and was pretty efficient with his shots as well. Obviously, I'm sure he didn't take much, but still got him some opportunity, and we end up as the 6th seed in the Eastern Conference. So we're in there, which is nice. If we take a look at the end of the season player stats, yeah, 23 from Kemba, 23 from Tatum, 13 from Frank Kaminsky. I'll tell you right now, I think the power forward experiment with Kaminsky is probably going to be over. He did shoot 37% from 3, though, but I just don't think he'll ever develop it into anything too special. So I think if we can upgrade at power forward this offseason, that'll be kind of the ideal thing to do. Sabonis with 9 and 6, so he's developing slowly, which is nice, and Zeller with 8 and 6. Okay, so get Toronto round 1, which Toronto, I'm assuming, has Lowry and DeRozan at this point. They do. Ross, Siakam, I mean, yeah, kind of the young Raptors they once had. So, somebody current round against Toronto. I don't know if we'll win this series or not. I think we can definitely give up a competitive series, and we're down 3-2. Let's go to Simcast. They want to give, less minutes to Shea, but I want him to play. So we're going to go ahead and just force this game 6 with the rotation that we got going on. And we are going to make sure game 7 happens. 88-101. Go to a game 7, and let's see if we can win this one to get to round 2. That'd be great for our development of our young roster to get some more playoff experience. It's a close one right now, but we might have it in our back pocket unless we blow it. No, we're going to round 2. So we get to round 2. Now we play Philly or Brooklyn, and it's going to be the lower seeded Brooklyn Nets. So we have Jeremy Lamb. No, I mean, okay. I know Brook Lopez was kind of a dog back then, but Millsap and Brook Lopez beating the Philadelphia 76ers, who have Ben Simmons, Mitchell, Rocco, Jahlil Okafor, who, obviously never ended up being good, but he's an 86 overall in this case. That's actually pretty shocking to me, but I don't know, man. I feel like we could maybe beat this team through, they want to start Jeremy Lamb over KCP, which is fine. I'm going to continue to play Shea, though. I want Shea to play, so I don't really care about Spencer Hawes getting minutes. So Shea's going to play in these playoffs. I don't care. Not playing very many minutes, but Jeremy Lamb will start, I guess. There's something current run against this Brooklyn team, and I feel like, I was about to say, I feel like we could beat them, but maybe not. So let's see if we can force a game 7 once again. We're down 3-2, just like we were last series, and we won 2 straight. But this Brooklyn team could be a little bit tougher, and they do beat us 100-110. But like I said, man, the fact that we got to round 2 is great, but now it's time to buckle down and make the right necessary changes to upgrade this roster even further. So Houston gets one. We have a draft pick here, which is going to help because I'm making a trade this offseason. Mike Woodson, I'll leave as the way he is right now. And let's head to draft night. So on draft night, I said Christian Wood's contract would be used, which I'm going to do that. Spencer Hawes, player option, probably going to accept that considering he shouldn't get paid. Kaminsky's about to be a free agent. So is there any other? Okay, so Christian Wood. I wouldn't be opposed to trading like Zeller or KCP. Well, I mean, we'll take a look. So 21. Let's see what this gives me. DeAndre Jordan, would be great, but not really someone I could play at the power forward right now. I mean, I could play Sabonis there, but I don't really like that idea. Barnes and Seth Curry. So Barnes could definitely play power forward for us. 32% from 3. The year before that, he was 43%. I don't hate that. Not gonna lie. Clint Capella, Beverly, and then Rubio and Zaire Smith. So if I remove Jeremy Lamb, let's say we do KCP's bigger contract instead. Jordan pops up again. Favors pops up. Barnes and Seth Curry once again. Pella, Enes Kanter, and then Ricky Rubio and Zaire Smith pop up again. Okay. I low-key don't mind the Barnes idea. I do like the idea of Harrison Barnes, the power forward. 6'8", I think he can get it done. I think he'd be a nice little starter there. And then Kaminsky we could keep around. So instead of, I'm fine with trading Jeremy Lamb instead, though. So we're going to get Barnes. And not to mention, getting Seth Curry is really nice, too, who's going to be a really good shooter off our bench. So we'll do this. We're going to make this trade on draft night. We make that trade. Christian Wood is gone. We get Harrison Barnes and Seth Curry, who I think are going to be massive role players for this team. So I'm very happy with that. Now we go to player options. We got Tatum. We got Sabonis. Got Graham and Haas, of course, accepted that. That's a player option. And then Kaminsky's a free agent who I'll probably bring back at this point. That way he can be a bench power forward for us. And then Kemba Walker, also a free agent, which to me is a no-brainer. We got to bring him back. We are on one offer, so that's not going to be a problem. So Kaminsky I'll re-sign too. So Kemba Walker, Frank Kaminsky are re-signed, which is nice. So that's great. And I don't think we can do much else in free agency, but I'll take a look if we need anything else. So Shea, you know, I'm going to see what he becomes this year. Maybe he's ready to start at shooting guard. Maybe we just keep him in the backup point guard for now. Seth Curry and KCP, Barnes and Tatum, that's going to change in just a second. And then Sabonis and Cody Zeller. So Barnes will be our power forward going forward, as I mentioned. But now let's go to player progression. And let's see what this is about to look like going into next season. So Mitch Buckner is back, but we got... okay, so Sabonis clearly is never going to develop into the guy I wanted to be. So maybe we can move him as well. I thought it was a great idea when I made the trade for him, but maybe next year he would push up even further. And then Shea's up to a 79, which is great to see. But I don't want to wait for that to happen. I'm trying to make the playoffs. So Sabonis and let's say that's both our centers. Let's say Spencer Hawes, because we don't need Spencer Hawes going forward. Let's trade our 2020 picks. We know we're going to be good next year. Tristan Thompson, not really the guy I'm looking for. Clarkson, Goga Bitadze, Jarrett Allen. No, I mean, if Jarrett Allen was older and great, yes, I would do that. Jonas Valanciunas, Trey Lyles. Okay, so I'm looking for an upgrade, not, you know, whatever I'm being offered right now. Let's say maybe we throw in Kaminsky as well. I remember we can't because we traded up first, obviously. But I don't want Tristan Thompson. Let's say we throw in Frank Kaminsky's contract. I don't know if that's going to pop up anything. Nurkic. Ooh, Nurkic at 24. We get Jarrett Culver, who I totally forgot about, by the way. But Nurkic is interesting. I mean, it's a massive upgrade compared to what we have now in Sabonis. Obviously, Sabonis is the better player going forward. DeAndre Jordan, though, definitely becomes interesting with 12 and 15 and, you know, blocks. So Bam Adebayo doesn't develop much either. And then we got Malik Monk and Adams. I'm going to do the trade for DeAndre Jordan. I know I'm giving up on Sabonis very early here, but I really want to make the playoffs this year and be a contender. Cameron Johnson's also nice throwing, not to mention. So let's do this. I'm going to get DeAndre Jordan, who is just going to be a lot further along. So we did just, well, obviously we traded Kaminsky, but he'll be our power forward, or Barnes will be our power forward, so no big deal there. We might be a little short on our rotation, but it's fine. We're going to go into season number 4 at this point, and we expect to be a contender, you know, at this point in the video. So this year we end up as the top 4 seed in the Eastern Conference, which is kind of where we want to be, but we're hoping to go far in these playoffs this year. So Jason Tatum makes All-NBA third team, so 25-7 from him. So he's really starting to really starting to develop nicely. So that's great. But 5th seeded Toronto Raptors, we beat them last year, so hopefully we can kind of do that same thing. If we take a look at the player stats, you had 25 from Tatum, 21 from Kemba, and 20 from Harrison Barnes. Did not really expect that much from Barnes, but I'll definitely take it. And then Seth Curry from 12 and 10.5 from KCP, 9 from Shea, and then 7 from Cody Zeller. So, and DeAndre Jordan was 7 and 12. So not too shabby. Cameron Johnson played a little bit as well. But I honestly might just shrink this down to an 8-man rotation for these playoffs. And that way we have our 8 best players playing these entire playoffs. All right, so we get Toronto round 1, as I said. We beat them last year, but you know, last year is not always the same as this year. So somebody current round against Toronto, and we're going to be up 3-2. It was looking bad there for a second. But now we go to a game 7 with them. All right, so game 7 in Charlotte. Hopefully we don't lose here. I would love to get to round 2 at this point, and it's looking like we might not get it to happen. So we're going to lose here in round 1. So 1-14 at 87. Not great. Barnes was great too, and it just didn't matter at all, unfortunately. So Celtics go on to win it all. Isaiah Thomas is your finals MVP. So player retirements. The first thing I'm going to do is get a new head coach. I think that's the first thing we're doing this offseason. But yeah, really disappointed by that. First rounded, not great. So Mike Woodson, you can go. It's time for you to leave. Mike D'Antoni, Nate McMillan. We got Spoelstra. Ooh, Spoelstra would be fantastic, but we just don't have the budget to get him, I don't think. But we'll offer Mike D'Antoni as well. Let's see what else we can get. We got Derek Goodman. Nate McMillan will offer, and then can I make one more offer? Derek Goodman will offer, and then one more offer somewhere to try to get one of these guys. Robert Pack or Scott Brooks. I mean, give me one of them. So Nate McMillan signed, or you get Mike D'Antoni, I think. No, we can't. He's smoldering. Okay. So I'll get Nate McMillan. Sure. Nate McMillan will be our head coach. And let's head straight to player options because I'm tired of draft night. We got our guys, and now it's just time to, you know, put it all together. Now, Shea might even become even better this offseason, which is good. We probably could use him to develop really nicely. And then I don't think we have cap space for anything. I mean, we could sign someone, so we'll probably do that. But all right. So Shea is probably going to move to shooting guard this year if I had to guess, just because I feel like he's about to develop like crazy. Cody Zeller and Deion Jordan still fine for me. Maybe we could use a backup power forward, so I'll look into that. So Wilson Chandler, Dwight Powell, not really. Dwight Powell's not really my first option, I guess. I can sign Wilson Chandler because, we could always move Cameron Johnson back. And then I'm definitely curious to see if Sabonis develops nicely this offseason, because I could have been patient with them maybe. But let's see what happens. So player progression once Graham comes back. Okay, so Shea is up to an 84 now. So he is clearly ready to be in the starting 5, which we'll do. Barnes 85, 88 Deion Jordan, 92 Jason Tatum. Okay. Wilson Chandler's down, which I kind of expected. Mike Brown or Moses Brown is up, and Cameron Johnson's up like crazy. That's good. Now Clippers, Sabonis, what are we doing with him? So yeah, he still didn't develop at all. So I think it's a good thing we moved on from him. Loved him, unfortunately, but just didn't really work out. So we're clearly gonna have to move things around here, though. Shea clearly deserves to be a starter now. Shea is gonna start the shooting guard next to Kemba, which will move. I guess we can move Seth Curry to backup point guard probably and be fine with that. So Seth Curry moved back at point guard, so he stays the same overall. Nice. So Kemba, Seth Curry, Shea, KCP, Tatum, Cameron Johnson, Barnes, and then Deion Jordan, Cody Zeller. All right. This is going to be probably the final season if I had to guess. I mean, we could go another one because guys will only get better. Let's just, fix it yourself, I guess. And then we'll just use 2K's auto generator draft class, because at this point, I'm fairly confident that this could be the roster to finally get it done. Hopefully, anyway. That could just be me overconfident. So here we go. We got Kemba, Shea, Tatum, Barnes, Deion Jordan, Cody Zeller, Seth Curry, KCP, and then Cameron Johnson, and then Wilson Chandler, which we don't really need Wilson Chandler playing at all. So we'll go to a 9-man rotation for the regular season, and we'll do that. So, all right. Hopefully, this is the year my wish comes true. So we are the highest seed we have been throughout the video thus far. We are the second seed in the Eastern Conference. We get Detroit in round 1. So here are your end of the season stats to go find out. So we have 25 from Tatum, 22 from Barnes, 21 from Kemba Walker, and then 12 from Shea, 10 from Seth Curry, 9 from Cody Zeller, 7 from Jordan, and 7 from KCP. So without further ado, let's jump straight in these playoffs. We get Detroit, who has a young John Morant. They got Frank Ntilikina as well off the bench, and Mikal Bridges, Larry Nance Drummond, and then Anthony Edwards as well. Anthony Edwards in the background, who's only going to get better, of course, as things go along. So beating Detroit here would be a great start to this playoff run, and we sweep them. So that's a great start. But now we get the team that actually won last year. So Isaiah Thomas, Kennard, Jaylen Brown, Crowder, Noel, Henry Ellenson, Herder, and Mason Plumlee. So game 1 goes to Boston. Game 2, we even it up. Game 3 goes to them. All right, so let's see if we can simcast game 4 to beat the Celtics here. Or are we just going to get crushed of our dreams of winning a championship? Back-to-back videos. It feels like winning a championship is a huge obstacle course for me. And we go to overtime, and we go to a second overtime, and we're going to go down 3-1, of course. Why would we not? All right. Here we go. Let's see if we can force a game 7. We got to win 2 in a row in order to do that. So we look good for this one, which is good. We're going to blow them out. Hopefully we do this the next game as well. Let's get rotation fixed for whatever. And then game 6 in Boston, TD Garden. Can we come out here and light them up to force a game 7? Looking good right now. We might blow them out back-to-back games. All right, let's just do that for a third game. 126 to 101. All right, here we go. Game 7 in Charlotte. Hopefully we can just blow them out again to smithereens. We've done that the last 2 games. This one's, of course, going to be close. Why would it not be? This is going to be sweaty. It's a 1-point game. The 2-point game. So 98 to 96, a minute 46 left on the clock. All right, well, we're down 2, and we got the ball. So, or no, they have the ball. My apologies. So Luke Kennard is going to get the ball inbounded to him maybe, or they're going to try to go to Jaylen Brown. They go to, and I was just, okay, I don't know what I was doing there, but it's fine. We got to stop. That's all that matters. So, all right, we just got to get a tie ball game here, and we're good. So I almost just backcourted because I'm an idiot. Jay Crowder's trying to make something happen here. And I can't make anything happen. Tatum's going to pump fake on his teammate in real life, Jaylen Brown, who's clamping me up low-key. All right, we're going to go to Shea here for the 3. That's an excellent release, and just like that, we take the lead 98 to 99. All right, first lead tonight, it says. Obviously, that's not actually the case. We were leading earlier in the game. But sometimes, man, when you can't get things done, you come out here and do them yourselves. I maybe left... Oh, we actually... did not work. That didn't work for him either. We're going to go to Tatum here. Jaylen Brown clamped me up earlier a little bit, but we're going to get a screen. And we're going to have DeAndre Jordan cutting to the basket, and that's going to be a 3-point ball game. So there we go. We got a 3-point lead here. I'm coming out here and winning this game 7 myself if I have to. Luke Kennard, we can't leave this man open, as we know. We're going to have a wide open Jay Crowder, though. But good defense by Tatum. He does it. Ooh, get the rebound. Nope. Oh, boy, that sucks. That was a terrible offensive rebound. So Noel puts it back up. All right, so Jaylen Brown's guarding me right now. We hit a 3 with Shea earlier, which was nice. Let me see if I can get a wide open Barnes here on this pick and fade. He's actually, nah, I'm not going to take it. Tatum, I actually like this release. Tatum, go in. Nope. It was a good look. It was a good look. I don't hate that shot at all. Crowder is going to have the ball. We're down or only up 1 right now. All right, so they're going to give it to Jaylen Brown, Henry Ellenson. I'm off-balling right now, which I have no shame in doing. So they're going to screen. Oh, we get the steal. Get the steal. No. Oh, my gosh. How did we? Oh, my goodness. I don't know how that worked out, but they're going to foul me. So, all right. So now we go to the free throw line in just a second. Let's give it to our best player, probably. Let's give it to Tatum for the free. That was a very scary pass. I was hoping Tatum would keep running, and he just didn't. But it's fine. We're at home game 7. These are free throws we have to make. And we are going to be slightly late on the first one, but it goes in. 100, 102. Makes it a 2-point game. This will make it a 3-point game. Slightly early, but it goes in. Okay, 100 to 103. They're going to call a timeout. They got to hit a 3 to tie this game. And then we go to the conference finals if we're able to close this out. So here we go. I don't know why, but I felt confident playing today. And so far, it's been pretty good. But we got to stop them here. So they're going to go to Jaylen Brown. That's to Ellenson for the 3. And, of course, he's going to hit it. Why would he not hit that? Wow. All right, well, we have 8 seconds to take the lead. So I'm not too discouraged yet. But that sucks that Henry Ellenson, of all people, is the one to hit that shot. All right, so give this ball to Shea. We got 8 seconds to make something happen here. So give me a screen, somebody. All right, DeAndre Jordan screen. Mid-range to end the game. It doesn't go in. Wow, 103 to 103, another overtime with this Boston Celtics team. All right, well, that was a good shot. Can't be mad at it. I like that shot for the win, and you can't be mad at it. Okay, so I'm not obviously gonna play this whole overtime. We're gonna try to maybe jump in if it's close. Hopefully we could just blow them out, though. That would be my ideal scenario. All right, slow it down, and they take the 3-point lead. Please get back in it. 3 points. All right, can we take the lead here? Nope, they will. Please score. Please do something. We're down 5, and we're going to lose, aren't we? All right, well, this is just how it goes for me sometimes, man. Shea is going to get the ball. I'm going to have to try to score quickly here. Can I get the foul? No, 111 to 108. So it's a 3-point game still. All right. Kennard is going to try to take the ball up. I was going to put some pressure on, but we just got to get a stop, and then it's a 1-possession game. Jaylen Brown, and I'm over here sleeping, but I come over, and still they get the offensive board. Wow. I just sometimes sleep on defense, man. All right, so that's a good stop. DeAndre Jordan, what are we doing? Okay, we foul Noel, which may not be the worst thing. I don't know how good Noel is from the free throw line. He is going to miss. Nope, makes the first one. All right. Hopefully he misses the second one at least, and he does not. Okay, 113, 108, so it's back to square one. All right, we got to hit a 3 here probably. I'm going to just take the pressure to the basket again because Crowder cannot guard me, but it doesn't matter. We can't get it to go in, so. All right, well, that's probably going to be all she wrote. I assume Jaylen Brown is going to hit that. All right. Boy, that's so unfortunate. All right, Seth Curry. DeAndre Jordan, can you give me a screen? I got to hit a 3 here. All right, so I like that look. Slightly early. It doesn't go in. That's ball game, bro. All right, well, I mean, I feel like I played great, and just unfortunately it's not going to work. So I'll probably go one more season because Shea might even develop even more. And yeah, so let's go one more season. I won't give up on that note. If we lose next year, then I'll just end the video no matter what. But unfortunately, wow, there we finally hit a 3. 117 to 108, 111. I don't think it's going to matter, though. There's like 42 seconds left of the clock. And it's going to be really hard to get the ball back. Unless, if I can get a steal here, be interesting. But, okay. Nope. I thought I could block that. But I don't know why I'm even still playing this. Game is over. But I'm going to try one more 3, I guess. All right, Barnes, you want to try it again? Hey, he got oh, okay. All right. All right, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, that was interesting. Barnes is on a heater right now. Barnes is on a heater right now. Okay, so we fouled out Tatum, which isn't great. But Kennard at the free throw line. I'm assuming he's gonna make both of these. I mean, we gotta keep feeding Harrison Barnes at this point. This man is. Oh my, can they get the? Oh my goodness, that is huge. All right, KCP is actually gonna have an open 3 too. But I'm going to Barnes, man. Barnes is on a heater right now, and that one's not going in. All right. Well, that's it, guys. I'm going to skip next season. So this time we are at the top of the Eastern Conference bracket as the first seed. So no matter what, this is the final season. And I'm going to live with somebody current round regardless of what happens. So here are the end of the season stats. Shea's up to an 89 overall. So things are just looking fantastic. But let's see if this results in a championship. Toronto in round 1. Lowry, DeRozan, Josh Jackson, Anthony Bennett, and Joe Val. So here we go. Somebody current round against Toronto, and we'll sweep them. And now it's the Chicago Bulls, who have Lonzo, Jimmy, Kevin Porter Jr. Jokic is on this team, of course. All right, let's see if we beat Chicago, and we beat them in 6. Okay, now it's time for Detroit, who have Anthony Edwards and John Morant, which is a crazy backcourt. Josh Hart, Tobias Harris. Once again, we'll just live with somebody current round and see what happens, and we will beat them in 5. So just like that, we're in the NBA Finals. So now we get Sacramento to end off this video with the championship. James Harden, DeMarcus Cousins is the opponent, and we sweep them. So why couldn't it have been that easy? You know what? We won a championship to end this one, and I am very happy with that. It didn't even feel sweaty at all. We just, like, busted through everybody. But we got Kemba Walker. That's what she said. Kemba Walker got him a championship, and that was the goal. I'm going to end it there, man. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.